Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm behind the camera doing a little voiceover for you all. I had some free time without my son, so I'm able to do this today. I was doing the AI voiceover for a little while just because it is kind of hard to record when you have a small child running around your house. And it's hard for me to get some time to myself to record. Like, I don't have an office, so it's just a little bit harder for me to record in general. Like, I could take my stuff, like, into my bedroom. I have a laptop, so it's easy to, like, move around, but it's like a guilt thing. Like, I feel guilty if I'm not, like, spending time with my family. I've also been sick for the last, like, week and a half, so it was really hard for me to just speak in general. I had a really bad, like, sore throat, so my voice was just not where it is now. So the AI voice really helped me there, so I was able to still put out videos. But enough about me, let's get into this build, shall we? We're gonna do this little tiny container home in Evergreen Harbor. But I love tiny homes because they come with a lot of perks. Your Sims get like reduced bills and double skill gain, double relationship gain, so they're just really, really helpful, especially the second tier tiny homes, which is what this is, the 64 tile tiny home. If you've been watching Wednesdays with the Waffles at all, they live in a tiny home. It's a 64 tile tiny home also, and their skills just like go up really fast. And that's something that I find really useful because I play in short lifespan, mostly because I get really bored if I play with a sim for too long, so I'm just like, okay, let's get to the next generation, you know, go, 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 go. I use a lot of eco lifestyle for this build, obviously because we're in the eco lifestyle world, but I also use a few other packs, like the high school years pack for a few things, and university for their showers specifically. This house isn't very big, so I didn't really have a ton of room for a bathroom or like a full bathroom, so I gave them the university shower instead because you can actually fit it in a 3 by 1 tile wide room, and they'll still be able to use the shower and everything because they're able to like walk over it. And I always test my houses before I put them on the gallery just so that I know that everything works and you don't have to like mess around with anything if you're gonna just download this build and play. You can see we have some counters in here from the base game, and then I gave them a sink and the mini fridge from For Rent so that I could put a coffee maker on top of it to give them just a little bit more appliances. And I swapped out the metal flooring that I was originally going to use with the tile from Eco Lifestyle. I use this in the bathroom as well just because it does look like a bathroom tile to me. Actually, it specifically reminds me of the stuff that like my mom has in her house. Like, she's got this like roll down linoleum that looks pretty much similar to this stuff, so that's what it reminds me of. I'm also trying to go with the idea that the person who lives here maybe crafted all of the items that are in this house, so I'm using a lot of the eco lifestyle stuff because it does look like raw wood, and then this table in the kitchen is from the backyard stuff kit. I wanted it to seem like a refurbished table that they just maybe pulled out of the dumpster and threw in their living room, you know, because that's something that came with eco lifestyle, is the ability to dumpster dive. And though I don't really play with it a lot, it is kind of funny to see them jump in a dumpster to pull out whatever. Like, they can find food in the dumpster, they could find like old furniture and like replace it if they have like the oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a vacuum that comes with the eco lifestyle career that like fixes everything. It's super weird. I don't really play with eco lifestyle a lot. Like, there's a whole aspiration and a career that comes with it, and I've only played it like once in my entire life. It is a little time consuming. I did play it with like Knox Greenberg. He's one of the townies from Evergreen Harbor. I actually played with him in my Not So Berry challenge that I did before I started my YouTube channel. Like, Knox was the patriarch for my Not So Berry Legacy challenge before I started my channel. And I noticed he would always get like conflicting emotions or conflicting moodlets because he'd want to make the earth a greener place, but in the career he'd always get like super upset because he's like working for the man. And it's just kind of a weird aspiration. You have to have certain traits or else you'll get that moodlet. I was going to give him some candles in his bedroom, but I figured because they're that close to the curtains it might not be a good idea. Candles can't technically catch on fire in this game, but in real life they would, so, you know, keep your candles away from curtains. But right now I'm just working on the bathroom. You can see I've got this kind of like stucco wallpaper in the bathroom because it came with Eco Lifestyle. I do really like that wallpaper. I was actually going to use it on the outside of this house if I didn't decide to go with the container feel. And this is actually one of the wallpapers that I use a lot, especially when I'm doing more modern homes, because I feel like stucco is like very clean and very, very modern as far as The Sims goes. Because other than that, we just have like the regular plastic siding or stone, or even some of these metal exteriors that we've been getting recently. This little set of paintings is my favorite thing in the whole game. I use this anytime I get the opportunity to, and I'm just kind of like raised it up and put it on the desk. It's not actually sitting on the desk, but it's close enough. And after I put in the fireplace, I was like, oh crap, I don't have room for a dresser. So I'm going to make one using the Dream Home Decorator closet shelves and some clothes from high school years because they can, slot onto the shelf there. And then we're going to add some clutter items on it, like some shoes, a couple boxes, clutter items like that. I also added a couple of these decrepit looking boxes underneath the closet area just because I think it's a little bit realistic because of the stuff that's going on in the eco lifestyle world. You'll see it when I do like the tour part of the video. There's like trash just everywhere around this world. And the whole point of like living in Evergreen Harbor is for your sim to like vote on the neighborhood action plans and have like a more green neighborhood by the time that you're done, and the world around it will actually change and upgrade with you as you vote on these action plans. Like I've touched on it before in my Let's Play for my Legacy Challenge. The Eco Inspector has come over to our house several times because I have that neighborhood action plan in place. So they just kind of like wave their little monitor around and tell you whether or not your house is in compliance with like having, eco-friendly appliances. Before I get into the landscaping, I'm just going to go around and add a few plants in a couple places, and then I actually do add a solar panel and the windmill on top of the house here so that your sim can like actually use them. And then I'm just going to place those objects on the roof. I was going to make it like a small garden area, but it's just too small up there to have like these huge garden plots up here. Put a few garden plots like next to the house just so it's easier for your sim to access and water so they don't have to go all the way upstairs to just plant or harvest. And because these solar panels do occasionally break, your sims are going to have to go up there and fix them. So I thought it was just easier to have the gardening stuff on the ground. I'm also going to give our sim a water collector or dew collector and the little bug box. They're kind of like mites or slugs or something like that you can use for like composting. Honestly, I never really play with the bugs because I think they're kind of gross looking, especially when you put it in live mode because there's actual like bugs crawling all over around the outside of the box and it just looks weird and I can't. But as far as the landscaping, I did keep it pretty simple. You guys know me, I am not a landscaping girly. I have tried, it's just I'm not good at it. And then I'm going to use like some evergreen trees that we have in the game, some pine trees, because that's really the only type of tree that we have in this neighborhood aside from that like pink cherry tree. Which is fine with me. Pine trees are very easy. They take up a lot of space, so you don't really have to do tons of landscaping underneath of them. I mean, you can if you want to. That's entirely up to you. I just chose to keep it really simple. I like to keep my stuff simple just because it makes your game run better. And I also kind of have to keep my stuff pretty simple because if I clutter up my game too much, my PS5 gets so hot. And it's not good for your operating system to, have it heat up like that. Eventually, I want to move everything over to my computer and be able to run it off of there, but it takes a lot of money in order to buy all the packs again because you can't just transfer that information of you having the packs on a PlayStation to your computer because it just doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, for console players, if you ever do decide to get a computer, you have to buy all the packs over again. And I'm not sure if this is the same with Xbox also because Xbox has their own gaming platform that's compatible with PCs, but I'm pretty sure it is. I also noticed that I got a couple new subscribers over the last week or so, so if you're new here, welcome. I really appreciate anybody that decides to follow me and my content. I would love to make this like a more regular thing for me. I am hoping to put out a lot more content once my son starts school in the fall. I'll have a lot more free time on my hands, and I'll be able to record a lot more. And I don't really talk about my job that much, but I work as a baker for a restaurant in a tourist town, so we've slowed down significantly throughout the winter, so I have a lot more time to record and do things, and when my son's not around, I'm going to be able to do a lot more. But that is all for today's speed build. We'll be getting to the tour shortly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button because it really helps out. I try to upload a couple videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Dag dag!